Hi there, so this is tip number 2 for my healing tips. So this one I want to talk about pressure. So putting pressure on yourself. You can be your own worst enemy, and I know that I was my own worst enemy. When I first developed chronic fatigue, I spent hours and hours researching what was chronic fatigue, how could I make myself feel better, and I learned all of these possible tools and techniques, from meditation to yoga, EFT. There's so much stuff out there, and I wanted to do it all straight away. And unfortunately, this just made matters worse. So what I'm not saying here is not to ever research anything, because obviously this is why you're here right now listening to me, because you do want to get better and you do need to teach yourself some tools and techniques. But don't try and do everything at once, because if you try and do everything at once, if you research and stress yourself because you need to learn and take on all of that information and do everything straight away and embed everything that you've learned immediately, that is not going to help you. In fact, it will make you worse, because what you're doing is adding extra layers of stress to an already completely stressed out body, and that is just not going to help matters. So doing the things that you're doing, if you're doing them in a stressful way, then it's not going to help, no matter what healing technique you are using. So my number 2 advice is try not to put too much pressure on yourself to get well. It's almost, as we said in tip number 1, you need to accept that you have this illness and you are going to be doing something about it, and you are doing something about it because you're here. And then once you start to learn tools and techniques that can help you, to do them gradually, to implement them slowly, to do them and have fun with them, to do them, have fun, enjoy them, because that is going to lower your stress levels. And believe me, with any of these types of conditions, they are all stress related in some way. Your body is under huge amounts of stress, whether that have been physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever it is. You have stress layers that have built up over the years and taken its toll on your body. So your number 1 job now is to try and de-stress. And I know that is so hard when you don't feel well, when you're experiencing symptoms that are so weird and alien to your body that no one can really understand. So here, what you need to be doing is just taking away the pressure, take off that foot on the accelerator to get yourself better. What you want to be doing is doing all these tools and techniques, which I will teach you, but doing them in a relaxed and calm way. Okay, so that's tip number 2, and tune back in soon for tip number 3.